Tokoloshe, the dwarf demon of moonless nights. The Tokoloshe is perhaps the most feared creature among the Zulu and Xhosa people. Its story is not just folklore. It spans decades of official testimonies, colonial documents, and modern reports that still divide entire communities today. Elders from KwaZulu-Natal claim it emerged long before the unification of the early Nguni tribes, centuries before the pre-colonial period. The most accepted version says the Tokoloshe was created by a Sangoma, traditional healer, who attempted to make a slave spirit using mud from a sacred swamp, human fat from deceased children, ashes from burned bones, saliva collected during a forbidden ritual. The ritual spiraled out of control. The spirit gained consciousness, escaped, and began wandering through villages. Modern accounts describe the Tokoloshe as the size of a 5 to 8-year-old child, extremely thin, almost dehydrated, ash-gray skin like it's covered in coal dust, enormous wide-open eyes glowing unnaturally, extremely sharp teeth, elongated arms, a strong smell of wet wool mixed with mildew. Many believe it becomes invisible by drinking a potion made of water mixed with blood. In 1912, Scottish missionaries documented a series of nighttime attacks in a Greytown village. Children woke up with scratch marks. Adults reported a feeling of being suffocated. In 1933, 14 cases of sleep paralysis were formally recorded. But locals insisted it wasn't just paralysis. I felt a small hand covering my mouth and a weight on my chest, as if something were sitting on me. Sibongile Msimango, testimony archived in 1933. In 1958, a rural school temporarily shut down after 22 students claimed to see a small creature running between desks and disappearing into a wall. Cases still appear in local newspapers today. Between 2002 and 2018, over 70 Tokoloshe attacks were reported in Mlazi, Peter Maritzburg, Nongoma, rural Durban. Most involve nighttime suffocation objects falling on their own small shadows, moving attacks on women sleeping alone. People say the Tokoloshe causes mysterious illnesses, kidnaps children, attacks people while they sleep, induces delirium and hallucinations, destroys families through envy, targets women who are alone at night. Some believe it works as a spiritual assassin hired by enemies. 2. Impundulu, the lightning bird lord of storms. The Impundulu is more than a monster. It is considered a spirit charged with electrical energy, capable of summoning storms and selecting specific victims. The earliest written accounts date back to the 17th century, but the Xhosis say the story is ancestral, passed down through countless generations. The bird is believed to be an extension of the sky's wrath, bringing destruction whenever a village commits injustices. It is described as the size of an adult man, sometimes larger, feathers glowing like heated metal, eyes crackling with electricity, a beak strong enough to pierce wood, massive wings that create thunder when they strike the air. When it lands, it leaves circular burn marks on the ground. For 3 consecutive nights with no rain and no clouds, houses were struck by lightning. Witnesses reported seeing a black and white bird too big to be real. It didn't fly, it hovered, vibrating like electricity. Bulalani Mbeki, 1919. Shepherds in a village found dozens of sheep completely charred without any fire nearby. A woman claimed she woke up with a creature perched on her chest, draining blood from her neck while sparks flew from its wings. In many villages, the Impundulu is believed to be a spirit invoked by witches, serving as a protector, a spiritual assassin, a vampire, a weather-controlling entity. Some even say it can impregnate women, creating bloodlines of witchcraft. 3. Fruit Slang, the elephant serpent of the abyss. The Grootslang is perhaps the most enigmatic of all South African monsters. Its legend mixes geology, disappearances, and greed. The Richtersveld region is made of harsh mountains and deep caves. A massive abyss known as Wonderhole is believed to be its primary lair. The abyss is said to descend over 3 kilometers, connect to flooded underground tunnels, hide natural diamonds, echo sounds like gigantic breathing. The Grootslang is said to be a terrifying fusion. The strength of an elephant, plus the agility of a serpent, plus ancient intelligence. Reports describe rushing air through tunnels, strong scent of earth and animal, deep moans like muffled trumpets, cave walls vibrating. A Belgian miner disappeared after exploring a newly opened tunnel. His assistant reported the lanterns flickered. The ground pulsed like a giant heart. Then something enormous exhaled hot air toward us, and Hendrik was pulled away. His body was never recovered. Only torn backpacks were found alongside deep tracks in the soil, as if something extremely heavy had dragged itself through. Tourists heard a roar echoing from a fissure, followed by a long shadow moving in the darkness. The Grootslang lures victims with sounds, drags people into cave systems, crushes bones with its massive body, abducts intruders to protect natural diamonds. 4. Mamlambo, the river serpent, goddess that glows in the dark. Mamlambo is a river entity, part physical monster, part ancestral spirit. Her worship is feared because it often involves the idea of sacrifice. Accounts describe Mamlambo as an enormous serpent 10 to 20 meters long, a long head resembling a horse, or a distorted human face, eyes glowing like underwater lanterns, skin that emits a green radiance, translucent body, revealing floating bones and organs inside the cape. Times reported villagers finding deformed bodies with partially devoured faces. Families reported green lights moving beneath the water. Underwater choir-like sounds. Water that pulls even when completely calm. 9 deaths occurred along a 400-meter stretch of the Imzintlava River. All bodies showed missing eyes, the frontal part of the skull removed, suction marks on the neck. Authorities attempted to blame strong currents, but no family believed it. The water lit up. It wasn't moonlight. It was a glow rising from below. Then the serpent emerged, wrapped itself around the man, and pulled him with no effort, like a rope being dragged into darkness. It is believed she is attracted to people who are afraid, those who break taboos, solitary travelers, individuals with spiritual debts. 5. Inkanyamba, the serpent of the skies and tornadoes. Inkanyamba is a climatic entity associated with devastating winds, sudden storms, and violent weather changes. The myth is ancient, but gained special attention during 1888. Unusual tornadoes destroy farms. 1932 winds up root centuries-old trees. 1962 deadly tornado in Pietermaritzburg. 1998 a storm filmed near the Howick Falls. It is described as having a serpent's body with metallic scales, more than 30 meters in length, glowing yellow eyes, a horse-like head, a mane made of vapor. Residents claim they saw a water column rise from the waterfall before the tornado formed. Sifo Zulu reported, the water boiled, then the serpent rose, immense, straight like a spear. When it shot into the sky, the wind followed behind it. A boat was found intact, but without its crew. The water around it was spinning slowly, as if something enormous had just submerged. The Inkanyamba protects the waterfall, attacks intruders, creates storms when angered, is attracted to young women, causes madness in those who look into its eyes for too long. 6. Adz, the insect vampire that slips through the cracks. The Adz is one of the most feared entities among the Xhosa because it attacks silently and is almost impossible to stop. In its insect form, it appears as an oversized firefly, glowing blue or violet light, completely silent flight, a smell of old wood. It infiltrates homes through holes in walls, cracks, partially opened windows, thatched roofs. When cornered or captured, it takes human form: pale skin, hollow eyes, weak voice, long teeth, the appearance of a recently deceased person. 12 children died within 4 months, all showing extreme anemia. The light came through the door. I thought it was a normal insect, but when I tried to scare it away, the light went dark, and I felt something cold land on my skin. I woke up, drained, as if my blood had been taken. 6 people in the same village fell ill simultaneously, displaying symptoms of vampirism. Doctors reported rapid loss of iron in the blood with no physiological explanation. Drains blood, causes mysterious illnesses, manipulates minds, reveals secrets, curses families, weakens the victim until death.